waking first after his dream, and so is Cress. All of you have been through a pretty precarious situation. You
Chris
are
is doing that
effectively
stuff.
stranded on the island.
Forced us to take care of ourselves then, so we didn't die in the fucking night.
You've
So
taken shelter in one of the rundown houses. And yes, as you wake, the fire has gone out. You still see a few embers amidst the coals, but you can tell that it's starting to get cold again.
Okay. Cress is awake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'll look over at her.
Even the dreams are weird up here in the north.
Oh, so you got that too?
What do you mean too? You also had a weird dream?
Yeah.
I kind of had the bell in my dream. I heard it ringing. It was weird.
Did you know where you were?
It was kind of in like some kind of cave or cavern or whatever. It was really dark.
Black walls?
Yeah, like maybe obsidian or something like that. I don't know. Very dark.
Did you hear her be talking?
She seems to really try hard and remember it, but then she shakes her head. No.
No.
Oh yes, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I just read it. Yes, I heard something. Was the same stuff that I heard when I rang the bell.
Yeah, I heard some stuff too. Maybe ringing that wasn't the best idea.
Oh, who knows? Everything is gonna be fine. Oh, it's really cold in here.
I can put the fire back on, probably.
Yeah, we totally should, before the others just freeze in their sleep.
Okay. I'll light the fire again.
Well, the coals flare up with new heat, but there's not a lot of wood left. The fire won't last much longer.
Okay. What can I take? Can I... Nah, it'll burn out too quick. Yeah, we need more wood. Okay.
Is there any kind of furniture or something in the house where we
There are some
slept?
broken down pieces of furniture all around you, but they are frozen. Well, the ones closest to the fire are thawed, but they seem wet with the sheen.
Okay, I'll take them and put them in a little bit closer to the, like, for a weak fire and try and just get them to not be as wet.
Don't you have something like,
Okay.
can't you just... I don't know about your spells, can you just control water
Oh,
or
shit.
something?
Wait! I'm on fire!
Can you just hug them?
So... Could I technically just use my arms to put next to the things to try and, like, evaporate the water?
Wait, what are you actually using?
It's
The
part of my
flame
cantrip
cloak?
when I cast fire spells. So you do the whole thing of fires wreath around you.
Yeah. I would say you could.
Okay.
So you just hug the wood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, you gather a bunch of wood and you
Hey, Layla.
Hold it into your arms.
Uh-huh.
Did you
Drawing
press the
it.
digitation?
No. No, I don't. Do not have press.
I'm guessing she also doesn't have create bonfire or
Also
control
don't have
flames.
great bonfire, guys.
Would have been real
Or
convenient.
control
You
water.
failure!
Control
Why
water
would
would
I
also
have
help.
that?
Press the digitation. Everyone takes that fucking cantrip.
What? No, I've never taken
No.
that one.
Not everyone.
I don't like
I don't
it.
have that
It's
one.
fun. I have it on one character.
I hate this group.
It's the worst cantrip ever to say. So, who wants
Yeah.
to go? I use prestidigitation.
That's not even a
There's
word.
so
That's
much
terrible.
more fun cantrips than prestidigitation.
For example, fireballs.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, the woods rise slowly, even as you are hugging it with your flames, and parts of it start burning.
Yay.
Parts of it, the parts that start burning, you just chuck into the fire, prolong its life.
Yeah.
You notice after a couple of minutes that the light outside is getting a little brighter. Is there anything else you do?
Take a look around if there's anything else interesting in here.
Well, aside from your sleeping crew, there's not much, but you can give me a perception roll. Or
Hey.
investigation, I would say.
La investigación. Okay. +4. That's an 11.
Well, you don't see anything particularly out of the ordinary, except that, well, it's a pretty weathered and broken down hut.
Okay, so I guess it's hard to say, hard to tell how long it's been abandoned or something.
With the preservation from the ice being pretty much unknown to you, yeah, it's pretty hard for you to tell anything about the age of this place.
Rakesh, do you know anything about this place?
Well, yes, I'll take a look. I have an 8 in investigation, guys. That's still gonna be shit. What was a 5? That's gonna be a 13.
Well, you also can't really tell how long this has been abandoned, especially since you don't know the exact weather conditions of this place. However, one thing strikes you as odd. Even though this is the place that Giant told you to go, these are definitely not huts made for giants.
I mean, not really, but do these look like giant-shaped houses to you?
No. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's been like some kind of pirate base, or maybe there have been some normal residents living here.
I mean, maybe it was just a town one time.
Yeah. Must have been shitty living here.
Maybe it wasn't always so cold.
I guess we should let the others sleep as much as they can. I feel like yesterday they've been pretty... you know... They look pretty tired after basically swimming here.
I mean, it has been difficult.
I mean, I still have no clue how all of you ended up in the water.
It's called slipping. Gross.
I know what slipping is, but I didn't slip. It wasn't that hard.
Good for you! not that cold, so I'm going to go take a look around. I don't know if you want to come.
Yeah, sure. Let's go together.
Okay.
Don't think it's a good idea to walk around here alone.
Sure.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Okay, I'm gonna go look around town. Just take a walk.
Okay. Do you investigate the houses in particular, or do you just wander around the town?
Gonna take a walk around the town. If anything
Yeah.
catches my eye, I'll investigate it.
Yeah, and maybe get a feeling if this was just like a normal town, or if there was like, if we could see if that was more like a pirate thingy, or if we find any evidence for what it's been here.
Well, by all means, as you watch around the town, it looks like a normal kind of village. There's a few abandoned tools. There's a few abandoned carts, furniture still lying all around the houses. You don't see any corpses. However, Rakesh, when you walk past this house, you feel like out of the corner of your eye, you see someone.
Ooh, then I'm absolutely gonna go towards it and see if I can look in any of the windows or hear anything.
You hear nothing. And you barely see anything inside. It is still dark. Even with your dark vision, you can't really pierce through the shadows.
I'll
Any
go inside.
interesting over there?
Gosh. And I'll motion her over.
Okay, what is it?
I thought I saw something.
Like something alive, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a door? Because I'm gonna try to open it.
There
Very
is.
quietly.
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Not my best skill, not gonna lie. I'm not very subtle.
Oh,
Natural 20.
that's what you said. But your actions are different, sir.
For some reason, the lock isn't rusted.
Where are you?
For
There
some
you are.
reason, it swings open freely.
Okay.
Without making a sound. Please give me a perception roll.
Great-yo, I will.
Both of us, or just
Whoever's looking.
Rakesh?
15.
Well, you were pretty sure you saw someone through the window. But looking at it now, it appears to be nothing more than a shadow. The way the light shines through the roof, it kind of looks like it has eyes.
I'm still gonna walk inside.
Do you see anything?
No, it seems like maybe I was a trick of the mind, you know. I'm gonna walk inside and just take another look around this place.
The roof is roughly in the same condition than most of the other houses. There's a lot of holes. Some snow has fallen inside. Most of the furniture is cracked or just damp. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything else in this house. You see a couple of farming tools in the corner.
I'll go pick one up. Just kind of wave it around.
Okay. Well, you pick up a farming tool and wave it around.
I follow into the house. Slowly, quietly.
As you step into the house, Cress, you also notice the odd shadow. But, yeah, it appears to be just that, a shadow.
So we can see where the shadow comes from.
Well, you could try and move stuff to find out.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Well,
find out. about
you
the shadow.
move stuff around, and when you move one of the bookcases in the corner, the shadow warps.
So maybe there's something behind the bookshelf, and it was moved. So you saw the movement in the window. So maybe there's something behind it.
So maybe we should look behind. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, we have nothing to lose, right?
Okay, let's look behind it.
You move the bookcase to the side, and there's nothing. Just a wall.
Still worth a try, I guess.
There's a window there, right?
Yeah.
Can I look out the window?
Looking out the window, you look over the frosty village.
Okay.
You see a tiny little smokestack rising from the hut that your compatriots are still sleeping in.
Okay.
I guess we walk a bit further into the house and see if there's anything else going on there.
Deeper into the house, you only find a large door leading to a corralled area behind the house. There's a couple of haystacks stacked neatly in the corner, but they've grown wet and damp with mold.
Doesn't seem like there's anything here.
Yeah. Doesn't look very interesting at all. So either whoever left here has left nothing of importance, or it's been raided since then.
Hmm. Then I guess we go.
And
Okay, we'll go.
take a look around, I guess.
The area around the small village is a little forest, and behind you can tell that there's a great plain of just snow.
I want to go into the light tower.
You want to go into the light tower?
Yes.
Maybe you sleep for the rest of us, motherfucker.
I mean, if you want to go into the light tower, we can go into the light tower.
Yes,
Becker,
just
when can I
imagine.
wake up?
Well,
Just imagine the
in a
sight.
bit.
Let's go. We're going to the light tower.
I guess the real word is lighthouse, but I just said light tower.
The lighthouse's doors are hanging only from a few rusty nails holding it to the frame. Inside the lighthouse is a really old wooden staircase leading up in a circle all the way to the top.
Are you sure you want to walk up those stairs? They look very breakable.
Up to you.
I mean, I can walk up the walls.
I mean, I can try to go up these stairs. Why not?
Okay, I won't use the stairs, so there's not too much weight on them.
I'm gonna use the stairs.
Okay. Well, as you step on the first step of these wooden stairs, you already hear a loud creak. As you go further up, the creaking continues. Every step of the way, it creaks.
I
Until
stay
you've
next to
almost
him.
reached the top, you can already see the light. The large lantern in the tower that is supposed to send ships home safely. And please, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I will.
Can I kind of help or something? Like grab him for
Well,
him?
since you didn't follow,
I said I stay with him.
Okay, well then you are following. Then give me another save. Oh,
So I should give the save or
you have a separate save.
Okay. You need
for
to do it
standing on
then.
the
I got a
wall?
9.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Uh, just a normal deck save? Oh, that's an 18 then.
Well, the wooden steps actually are pretty sturdy. What crumbles is the wall.
Hey!
Oh.
A chunk of it, as you step on the stair, just gets leveraged out. The step you are standing on, gives way and just crashes down into the darkness. Cress, you are fast enough to realize the instability and the creaking, the falling apart of the wall as you are hanging onto it. You simply move quickly to a place that is not crumbling, as a good portion of the tower simply breaks off and falls down to the cliffs onto the ice. And if you want to help Rakesh before he hits the ground, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Can I instead cast the web spell just below him?
You can.
Then I'm gonna do that. And just let him fall into the net.
Rakesh,
How
Web.
far below me are you casting this shit?
I think it only has like a 20 something range. I'm gonna check.
I'm not falling that far. That's
Okay.
fine. That's all good. I'm not falling that far.
Let me see. It's yeah, it has like a range. No, range of 60 feet. So I'm just gonna do that like 10 or 20 feet below him. I don't know how far up are we.
well, you'd be about 50 feet high at this point.
Yeah, let's just say halfway through the tower. There's a web then.
The landing on the web isn't not hard, Rakesh, but it also doesn't really hurt because it's so springy. What hurts you more is the pure shock of falling. And you are now stuck in a web, suspended 20 feet above the ground.
Okay, how far up above is the stair?
Well, you fell for about 10-15 feet before Cress could catch you.
Okay, I'm just gonna misty step up there.
I'm guessing past the hole in the staircase.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have misty step
Well,
now.
you cast Misty Step and you ascend the rest of the staircase. Do you follow Cress?
Yeah, sure, but even more cautiously now.
From the top of the lighthouse, you have a much better view of your surroundings. You see the entire scale of the village and see just how small it is. Behind the small woodland area behind the village, you see a hill to the south, pretty large hill. To the west, you see an endless plain of snow. And looking east, you see along the coast. And there's a couple more few bays there, some cliff sides, and a lot of ice pushing in from the north.
There's not much to see here, is there?
So we're just in the top room right now.
Yeah. Next to
can I
you
just-
is a giant lantern in the middle.
Ooh, can I take a look around that?
Around the lantern? Or,
Yeah.
well, it appears to be rusted over, at least over the metal parts. There's a few glass parts that probably could be salvaged, but Not really sure what you would do with those.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else in the room?
Give me an investigation roll.
Sure. Where's the dice that's been good to me? Yeah.
Varian, Chet, Serenity. You awaken to the sound of crumbling stones and stones falling down a cliff, hitting an ice.
That's a 10.
It wasn't us.
You don't see
Okay.
anything else up in the tower.
Okay, great. Hey, Chris, help me look in this tower.
Okay. I'm also gonna take a look around, I guess.
Investigation roll.
Okay. That's a 19.
Apart from the rusty doors and some loose stuff lying around on the ground, there doesn't really seem to be anything up here except tools for working the light. You do, however, find a jug of oil.
Ooh.
That's good. I would love to take that.
You now have a jug of oil.
I found oil. Rakesh. The rest
Oh.
is garbage, but this should still do its job.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty good.
So we like wake up. Is the fire still going while they're out abandoning us?
Well, the fire is a measly shadow of its former self. You can see that there are some fresh pieces of wood in there, as the rest should have probably been turned to ash long ago. But some of the wood is still slightly damp, so it's not burning very well. But it is giving off heat.
Did they move all the other damp furniture close enough so that it would start thawing out, or they leave it frozen where it
that's what we
was?
did.
There is some broken pieces of wood, some cloth.
Prior to be thawing?
It's not fully thawed yet, but with enough fire, you could probably get it to burn.
I just want to make sure that it's being thawed out for later use. It's not about it being used now.
It is.
Okay. Probably still really fucking cold, but I'm gonna get up and look at everyone. Sure, everyone's still fucking breathing and okay and everything.
Well, most people around you are still sleeping. Serenity and Jet are slowly rising from their sleep.
Do we
But you
remove
notice
the level
that
of exhaustion?
Rakesh and Cress are gone. Well,
Just kinda
everyone who already had one level of exhaustion, you lose your exhaustion. Those of you who had 2 levels of exhaustion, you keep 1 level of exhaustion.
No, damn it.
Yeah, thank you for pointing it out.
You are very welcome.
Damn it. Shit. Yeah, at the noticing Rakesh and Chris are gone, Ray's gonna give a heavy sigh. Start, like, stand up, start, like, moving around a bit to, like, try and get some fucking warmth and, like, mobility back in his limbs.
Your moving seems to also slowly awaken the rest of your crew.
I'll give them an apologetic look, but I'm not stopping.
Rises slowest of all. Yeah. Sleeping on such a floor was not how I imagined my vacation to the north.
I know. It brings back many memories. Didn't think I'd be doing this again in a long time. Are you just like standing in the corner doing like arm circles?
Looks around. sort of with open eyes. So, you have any plan?
Oh, Rakesh and Crest.
I don't.
Well, I suppose there's a plan.
Without waking us, or they got kidnapped. In which case, not freezing to death is still the first course of action. Alright, anyone who wishes to come with me, I'm gonna go scout out some of the buildings, see if I can find any more wood or shelter.
I think I'll try to get a little warmer first.
I'll come.
I'll come too.
Alright. Alright, Baron's gonna set out then. Just exploring like these houses first. He's looking for like loose, like, you know, wooden. He's looking for like wooden furniture. If like the doors have like fallen off of the houses, that's fine. Just anything that's, you know, wood.
You find a bunch of wood that could be salvageable as firewood if it were thawed and dried.
I want to start collecting it and bringing it back to the main house.
Does anyone else do this work as well?
Yes.
I'll watch.
Then please give me Constitution saving throws.
Damn it.
All of us or just that?
Everyone who's helping.
Oh, I know.
Kill me here.
Not even surprised.
Wait, is exhaustion saving throws as well?
Yeah, I think so. Not actually sure. Let me check.
Alright.
It's just disadvantage on ability checks.
Yay!
Saving throws
fucking
comes
God.
later.
So it's
Soon.
not disadvantage on saving throws right now?
No, it is not.
Thank fucking God. Okay, that's 16.
Well, you spend easily half an hour gathering wood, stacking it neatly into place. The cold is still deep set in your bones. You are still exhausted from yesterday. You feel a little bit like the wood you're stacking and thawing next to the fire. But you gather a good amount of wood. But it is tiring work. Rakesh and Cress.
Do
In the
we
meantime.
see them from the top of the tower, or is it too far away?
Well, you see people leaving the hut and then going into houses, carrying stuff out.
Look, Rakesh, seems like our friends are awake as well now.
Both of you up in the tower, give me a perception roll.
That's a 16.
Layla, you're muted.
Oh, well, that's not very cash money of me. I said 16.
Well, both of you, you see your ship. It is by now completely toppled over on the side. Some of the cannons of the top deck have fallen, left holes in the ice. Some of them are still lying on there. But what catches your eye is something else. Something under the ship. You see something crawl out from under the ship.
Oh, it's the thing.
Long, spidery crab legs.
Oh.
No.
And you see something scurrying over the ice, limping, as it appears to be missing a leg.
I hope it fucking falls through the ice and drowns in freezing waters.
That's the thing I wanted to catch with the traps.
fuck is that?
Does
How
it actually look
big
like a
is
huge,
it?
just like a huge crab, or is it like some kind of abomination?
Well, I did have a picture for it. I'm not sure where I put it.
Oh no. It's the weird scorpion crab things, yeah?
No, it is nothing like they've ever seen before.
Oh, fuck us.
And
Again, I hope it falls through the ice
It's
and
probably
drowns
it's
in
probably
fucking
cute.
Arctic water.
Ah!
I want to train it.
Freeze to
hate
death,
my
you stupid
computer.
bitch.
I want to make it our pet.
No!
Ew.
I was
Freeze
at
to death.
40%,
Serenity is with me.
and then I started to open a game, and then it just
Uh,
died.
I'm sorry. On my team.
Poor Freya.
Yeah. But I can play
you want
longer.
the stream again?
Said last
Hmm?
time. Well, my computer has to charge now, and I can't watch the stream on my phone. So it's fine.
It's fine, I'm sure we're all just gonna freeze to death. It's nothing.
I'll just use my imagination.
Use your
like
imagination
always.
to imagine us slowly turning into fucking popsicle.
I'm sure it's better than.
Can like imagine a nice sunny beach.
Okay, what else do you guys do?
So the thing is crawling
Which
into our direction, or
It's scurrying away over the ice,
away deeper into the ocean, basically, or
across the ice. Yeah,
okay, okay.
it's not clear
So,
about the
oh.
direction. It's kind of darting around.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
You quickly lose sight of it between all of the ice rocks and spires that have now built on the waters.
How large is it? The creature.
Well, judging from compared to the size of your ship, probably 10 feet in diameter.
That's bigger than I thought.
And we missed that.
Most of it is very
Really
long,
uncomfortable.
crabby legs, though.
Mhm.
And it was on the boat.
Stop putting these weird fucking parasite like
Do you see that,
things
Rakesh?
in our vicinity.
Well, I've got bad
Yeah, I
news for
see
you,
it.
Aspen.
Kinda cute.
It's coming for us now. It's leaving the
Listen,
boat.
I'm gonna walk into the ocean. That's my next option.
Well, none of you have
Or we
seen
could
it,
adopt
so-
it instead of the turtle.
No!
We could use one of those huge turtles to get out of here.
Or the crab.
Hey,
We
all
just have
of
to
you.
ride it. Okay, so Rakesh, I think we just should just go back. I don't think there's anything else here.
Okay. Alright. I'll take one last like walk around the entirety of the like window to see if there's anything in any direction.
Give me a survival check.
Yeah, ye. Don't think my survival is that good. But hey, we'll see. That's a 14.
Well, there's nothing that would suggest anything particular to you. Your best bets would probably be either along the coast, since that's usually where civilization is found, or maybe on the hill where you have a vantage point over whatever is more inland. However, deeper inland should probably also be closer to the cold.
Cool. Alright, yeah. I'll head back down.
And I'm following.
How do you cross that hole in the steps?
I jump it. How big is it? Is it big?
Well, it's one large step.
Is the web still there?
It sure is. It's for 1 hour.
I want to jump
Into the web? Okay.
Yeah, that's some fun shit.
Alright, well, you jump into the web relatively safely.
Cool, it's fun. Adrenaline rush. Oh,
I'm gonna jump too.
Now,
Because it sounds like fun. Yeah, it looks like fun.
give me a dexterity save, Rakesh.
Yeah, he's gonna land on me. That wasn't a roll.
Easy.
17.
Well, you jump into the web, sort of, limbs stretched away from you. It's kind of like in a nice, soft hanging bed. But then you see Cress barrel after you, and you just roll out of the way as she too lands in
And
the web.
it's pretty hard to roll out of the way because it's a sticky web for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't jump on top of me!
I didn't. You made it out of the
Because I
way.
moved!
Yeah, I thought you'd do.
Okay, get us down.
How?
But it's your web. Drop the web, Cress.
Then we're gonna fall the rest of the 20 or so feet. So
Yes!
it's in the middle of the tower basically.
Why didn't either of us think about this before we jumped into the web, Cress?
Because I don't care, because I just walk from the web to the next wall and
That's
just
so true.
Yeah.
Okay.
but it should be close enough to it's like 20 feet in all directions, the web, so it should be close enough to one of the stairs, I guess.
You could reach the stairs,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you might have to struggle through the sticky web to get there.
I'll roll. wanna
You
roll?
roll. Well, give me a strength check, please.
I'm also gonna tell you, please don't use your flames while you're in the web. It's very flammable.
Oh, that's okay.
Just so you know.
Well, you roll, all right, but every roll you make, the web still sticks to you. After a few feet of movement, you are effectively a web burrito.
Yeah, I'm fucking stuck.
Restrained by the web.
It's fire time.
There is Rakesh trapped by the web, neatly wrapped up in a cocoon of your own making.
Mm-hmm.
Cress, you kind of start feeling hungry.
I was meant to eat her, not the other way around.
My stomach rumbles.
This is a bit of an issue.
The thing you did before this, like you just, I don't know, you just appeared somewhere else, like 2 minutes
Yeah.
ago. If
Yeah,
I drop the web, can you do that again to, like, get to the ground without hurting yourself?
I mean, technically I could, but like, I don't really want to.
Yes, expend all of your spell slots.
Okay, then, okay, technically you could.
I have an I. No, I don't. Don't have it. I don't have it.
Can I just help him out of the web?
Cut one side of the web, and I'll like fall, but it'll be like a bungee rope.
God,
What?
Serenity
that
during
sounds
all
like a
this is
terrible
like,
idea.
Damn, they've been gone a long time.
It'll be like a bungee web, and then you can just.
You're
cut
starting
me
to
out.
get
Yeah, I'm just.
worried.
No, that sounds such a such a terrible idea. But do you really want me to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna free him, the top half of him, and the bottom half is still enwebbed. And I'm just gonna put some more web to his feet, like a rope, and then I'm gonna.
You're gonna make him hang
bungee web.
upside down?
I'm just gonna, yeah.
Doing a bungee
That's
web.
what spiders do with their food.
Why are you putting him upside down if he falls
Okay,
upside
no.
his head?
Rakesh,
Bungee web time, so I can get
Yeah.
lower.
let's
You're
see what the outcome is.
What do you want? Do you want me to roll anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, Rakesh, you fall.
Cool.
Not the greatest sensation. You see the ground rushing towards you, and well, for a second you wonder, is this really going to work? Until the rope suddenly snaps taut a few feet above the ground. However, the second it does, it rips,
Ah!
and you hit the ground hard enough to cost you your breath for a good 5 minutes. Otherwise, you are fine.
From above you can hear, did it work?
Yeah!
Good! And I'm just gonna follow down, straight up, down the
I
wall, I guess.
I kick the web off my feet. Kick it. Ow! Ah! Well, that was fun.
Was it though?
No, not at all.
But we made it out in one piece. That's all
Let's
that
go.
matters, I guess.
This time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll head back.
it's gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine. We're heading back.
How much wood have we gotten?
Well, funny you should ask.
Oh no.
You've gathered
What was
around
that?
5 days worth of fire. Each of these fires should last 8 hours.
Nice.
Cool. Oh. Cool. How many? Are there a lot of holes in this shelter that we're in? Like in the walls? and
Not too
stuff?
many. You picked out the best preserved house in the village.
Are they big at all, or are they just like it? Yeah. How big are the holes?
You don't
in the
see
wall?
any big holes where light or any rain would fall through. Most of the cracks and holes seem to be just cracks in the stone or thin cracks in the wood. Cold seep.
Bless ya.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Someone already has a cold. The cold
was
seeps
encouraging.
through these cracks, but nothing else would come through.
I'm looking for like keeping warmth inside. That's all I'm asking. So if it's like a hole from the outside to the inside, go ahead outside again. Is this what type of, this is a weird question. What type of snow is this? Like, is this like that weird fucking powdery shit, or is this like you could make a dope snowman out of this snow?
Thick, packed snow.
The cold type.
You could make the best snowman out of this.
I'm not making
You
a
could
snowman,
grab
so don't
this
get your hopes up.
with, you could grab this with both cupped hands and instantly have a snowball, essentially.
Sadly, I'm not making a snowman. I forget. So there aren't any cracks in the wall that it looks like air from the outside is coming in.
There's a few thin cracks through the woods. You can't really, not the woods, the stones, the cobblestone walls.
I like to
You
rub
can't
snow
really
in
see
them.
them, but you feel the draft.
Can I rub snow in them?
Yeah,
Thank you.
pretty tedious work, but yeah, you
Don't
stuff
do it.
some of the cracks with just snow.
Shin.
And at this
Fine.
point, Cress and Rakesh are coming back.
I just see Varian fucking shoving snow on the wall.
Yes,
Of course.
exactly that is what you see.
The other is just watching
Well.
me do it.
That's one way to stay warm, I guess. Just keep moving.
Hmm.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you weren't kidnapped.
No, we went on a trip.
Did you
And
see
anything
interesting?
Yeah.
We found the lighthouse.
What was in it?
Nothing at all.
Not really, no.
That's lame.
Oh yeah, we saw the creature that followed us on the ship that just ate our food back then.
Oh, was it
He drowns.
It looked like some kind of crab. Weird crab abomination
Crazy.
thing.
Whoa.
Was
That's cool.
it looked cool. I would have loved to see that up close, but was too far away.
Do you ever want to see that up close?
Maybe it'll come back.
Yeah, maybe we can keep it as a pet. I mean,
Maybe
it
ice.
hasn't attacked us during our sleep on the ship, so it doesn't seem to be
Or food.
hostile.
That is true.
Doesn't matter much to us now. Why?
But yeah, otherwise, we've been hunting shadows basically. For a second there, Rakesh thought he saw something, but it turned out it was just a shadow that looked like something.
Fun.
So, no, seems to be just like a ghost town.
Ghosts are cool.
Serenity.
What?
Ghosts are not cool.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
Whatever.
People are cool.
the ghosts we've met so far haven't been too terrible.
Whatever.
Cool.
But inside,
Someone's a
hopefully
little
it's drying.
grumpy.
Why do this? Look, we gathered wood and we stored it inside. Hopefully it's thawing out and we'll be able to burn it. That should give us a couple days of fuel. Now we need to focus on getting water. It's probably going to be our next obstacle.
There's a lot of water.
I hope you're talking about the snow and not the sea.
She looks away.
Serenity, you can't drink seawater.
Prove it.
Varian just looks at Rakesh like with like a what the fuck look.
He shrugs.
Serenity, you can't drink seawater.
I mean, you can, it just kills you.
Thank you. You're right, Crest. What was I
Very
thinking? You can't drink seawater.
Seawater.
Oh, I'm glad you want me dead. That's so reassuring. You know, if we stay here long enough, maybe you'll get your wish.
Oh.
Nice.
We focus on preparing what we need.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
Let's get some snow and turn it into water, I guess.
Hold it. I don't think we were focused on getting pots when we were leaving.
Well, you do still have a few supplies regarding water.
That's
And
good.
you do have water skins that you could use to fill them with snow and then slowly thaw them by the fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I found some oil, just in case we need it for something.
Sweet.
Water is not the resource you have to worry about whilst you have heat.
Water is definitely the resource we have to worry about once we have heat.
No, whilst you have heat. As long as you have heat, you
It's
have
not-
water.
Yeah, it's not the resource.
I thought you meant order of importance, and I was like, okay, no, I get what you're saying. Thought you were wrong for a minute, but you're fine. I guess I'll get to work on that just to make sure we're doing fine.
I'd like to see how Wilda is doing and if she's awake, like make sure she's warm and slept
Well,
well.
Wilda is doing relatively good. Considering the circumstances, the frog on her head is doing significantly worse.
Huh? Oh no.
Frog, make it out. How is that thing not dead yet? That is a resilient fucking frog.
I updated the picture, by the way. Yeah. All of the crew seem relatively fine after having gone through this ordeal. Berm and Isaac seem to be doing the worst out of the bunch. Opali seems to not be all too bothered by the cold.
So what are we doing now?
Other than gathering water, after we have enough water, I think we have some food for some days, so we should try to find, I don't know, a vantage point. Try to figure out where we're going next.
Well, I mean, there is a big fuck off hill.
Yeah, and
Yep.
from the point of the tower we haven't really seen anything. There was like a huge plains of snow basically to the west.
Going into the land, well, that's going to mean everything gets a lot more cold.
And yet, I feel that we have probably no choice.
Well,
Like
I'm not walking
always.
randomly into the woods, so let's go to the hill.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yep.
Big fuck off hill it is.
Do you approach the rest of the crew?
Yeah, bro.
What?
A hill, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd say we stick to the coast, but I don't see any ships coming, so
I don't think anyone else is
We
coming
are.
here.
Well, it's not necessarily true. They sort of know where we are. Probably.
Well, we have three options. I suppose any one of them is as good as the other.
Are you gonna continue with the three options, or?
I mean, you know them.
I mean, the options are south, west, and east.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, we don't have enough information, and we probably didn't make it to where we were supposed to go to find Dermont exactly. Or if we did, he's already moved on from this point. If he's moved on from this point, that means that either probably better prepared than we were, but
Well, he
it
said
also
what
means
he
that there's a
said.
way out.
He said the second bay you'll see the lone tower. This is a tower. It's pretty alone. And I'm
It's a lighthouse.
That is the tower still.
You don't know that that's the lone tower, though. There could be another lone tower.
Well, if that's the case, then it means we haven't even gotten to the second bay yet. So we'd have to go past it.
Okay, if this is the tower that he was speaking of, what then?
I don't know. We didn't get any instructions from that point.
I mean, how long has this place been abandoned? Because, I mean, they had to be getting supplies from somewhere, and if it was just the sea, we're fucked. If it wasn't, then maybe we're not fucked, but we don't also see where the rest of it was coming from, so we're still fucked.
Tower.
Well, do we guess or
I don't think
pray or?
If you want to ask the
Aw.
gods for help, that's up to you.
I mean,
Honestly, anything at this point. Probably gonna take a miracle to get us out of this mess.
I mean, if you didn't see a tower from up on the lighthouse, we assume the lighthouse is
it says
False.
reaching out over the coast, and technically. going to go take another look around the base of the lighthouse if anyone wants to come.
I'll follow.
Good.
Okay, let's go together then.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go take another look around the base of the lighthouse.
Okay.
Inside and out.
Give me a perception roll.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Everyone
we're
who's
all
looking, or
looking.
just Rakesh? Hello.
15, Chief.
Well,
Anyone
some
else?
of the snow looks like it's been disturbed a few days ago. But you don't really see any other clues.
Okay. Okay, nothing there apart from the snow.
Oh well.
Anyone else got any bright ideas, or are we just winging it?
Have we ever not been winging it?
I got nothing.
Okay, if Dermont came here, he went somewhere from here. In the base of the lighthouse, are there any, like, false stones in the floor? Or, like, something that looks like it'd be, like, a false bottom that might lead down below the lighthouse?
Give me an investigation check if you wanna check.
It's not gonna go well. This is 5. I'm not gonna get lower than that.
The base of the lighthouse is solid, thick stones. And most of them are significantly frozen. You prod and hit the ground a couple of times, but nothing gives.
Oh, I got nothing.
Okay, then let's just decide which way we want to go.
Have we checked
How?
most of these houses?
I walked past them. Didn't seem to be anything inside.
We've been in a fair number of the houses together, furniture.
Maybe we should, if we're heading inland, we should maybe, I don't know, does anyone here know anything about giants?
Nope.
I look at Jet.
I look at Jet too.
How much do I know about giants?
Well, no one knows much about giants anymore. You, in particular, don't know that much of the world in the first place. Most of the things you know about giants you've read in books.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want to follow the coast, that's an idea. If not, I suggest we follow the river. Because that's where most, cities tend to be. It's
Wasn't
a good
there
way to find a city.
something about the city? He starts flipping through his book. Give him a second, so he has to look through her notes. Nope, I don't have it. That's fine.
How do I?
I know what the city's called. That they were going to the City of Glass, but
Two wouldn't tell us where it is. Wait, could glass be ice?
well, yeah, it's a frost giant city. I don't have like anything about it. Okay. That's tough. Okay. Yeah. We'll have to guess.
Maybe following this path or the river.
Mm-hmm. The river goes inland. Do you really think you can handle that?
I don't really think I have much of a choice.
Mm. Well, it's up to you guys.
The frost giant city would be in the coldest part of the fucking island.
Probably.
Well then, I could probably entertain Serenity.
Uh-huh.
Then what's the call? Everyone.
The path or the river? Which are we going down?
I mean, there's a path, so let's take the path.
Well, the path gets lost in the snow pretty fast.
Oh,
Okay.
never mind. Fuck that.
In terms of orientation,
Have we been to this house?
Single house
no.
atop the cliff.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
go
I
there
wanna go
first.
there. That's on the hill.
That's a good idea. Let's go there. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
I'll go with you.
Okay, well, you visit the lowest town house on the hill. The haunting of Hill House, if you would. No, no kidding.
Swear to God.
It is another village house. There's nothing really special about it, except a few old mortars and pestles in the corner.
Okay. Okay. And the path gets lost in the snow.
Yes.
Right, then the option is we follow the river or we follow the coast.
I vote river.
Me,
At
I
once.
vote for the river too.
You okay? Anyone have any objections to the river?
Oh.
No.
Okay, then we'll follow the river.
Well, if you believe in the gods, now's the time to pray.
Hmm.